Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to beautiful, beautiful Barbados. I hope you've been enjoying that amazing sunrise coming up. It is stunning. The actual darkness and contrast just prior to now was even better as far as I'm concerned. However, there's a lot of red sections that are beginning to wake up just below that ridge itself of cloud. What a beautiful day. We thought after all of the weathering that we had over the last 2 days, that it would be nice this morning to wake up to watch a rising sun and share it with the entire world from Barbados. I know that you are on here because obviously you want to see me and hear me talk, and then you may get a chance to see a little bit of Barbados. Good morning to each and every one of you all. My preamble this morning said that I wasn't in a talkative mood, and I am not. I'll probably only be talking about 45% today. But what a stunning, stunning morning, and what a pleasure it is to be able to share this beauty with this person who is my heart, of course. Good morning to each and every one of you all, from myself and from my co-star, and from everyone else that's at the crane this morning that's taking some photos from up top, that they would only understand what it's like from down here on the beach. Maybe people could come down. Hopefully he will come down and capture something from down here as well while he is staying here in Barbados. What a beautiful, beautiful morning it is. Absolutely stunning. Good morning to each and every one of you all. We're as close up on the cliff as we can go signal wise. I've done a lot of checks. I even went out to the point in the cliff by the bench. Can't get a good signal out there, so we've come back into this location where the signal starts to get good again. We want to bring the best possible clarity and visions that you can see this morning. Just check those beautiful glows and reflections off of the low tide sand out here. It is absolutely breathtaking. The feeling out here right now, very light breeze coming in. I would say probably from the due east with a little bit of north in it. It's sort of like coming in slightly to the right of the camera. I don't have all my compass, so I would estimate that's maybe a little bit of like a northeastish kind of thing, or eastish for sure. Beautiful, beautiful morning. It's very light, as you can see from the sea conditions. There are no return to calm at the moment. This place is usually very, very big. You'll also notice there's sargassum boom on the outside that's being set up. Not a piece or very little sargassum on the beach itself. We have really been blessed with a much better year, much lighter year sargassum on this 2023. So that's a wonderful thing, because we've been looking back at some photos the last couple of days, my co-star and myself, and we've been seeing beaches in this time of year, October last year, that were full of sargassum. We're not seeing that right now, which is a wonderful, wonderful thing. Those of you who like to join us on our Serenity Prayer, we will be doing that in a second, just to let you know it is a prayer for peace and calmness and direction and understanding. Remember, we are only responsible for our own selves. All of the, energy that we radiate, all of the love that we share or lack of love that we share, all of the kindness or the hatred, all of the envy or the, warm feelings for people. It all depends on what you want to choose in life. If you want to go through life miserable, you want to go through life looking at all of the unpleasantries and all the negatives, that is entirely up to you. Remember, it is you that controls yourself. The Serenity Prayer will give you an understanding that it is you and you alone. So no one can make you happy. No one can make you feel loved. No one can make you feel good about yourself but yourself. If you don't love yourself, you can't love others. If you don't forgive yourself, you can't forgive others. If you don't feel good about yourself, how could you possibly feel good about being around anyone else? It starts at home. So first of all, inwardly reflect on yourself and realize you are beautiful. You are a creature and a birth of God. Remember that you weren't put here to be miserable and cause problems in this world. You're put here to make this world a better place. So let us all start this morning's Serenity Prayer, and hopefully you will all join me. If you don't, we'll be back in a couple of moments' time. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Your will, not ours, be done. Amen. Sorry for getting dizzy, but she was trying to get away from my camera this morning, and that is not going to happen. Good morning, co-star, and how are you this morning? Do you have anything to say today to anyone? You're not saying but good morning? No more words of love and affection like hi everyone, I love you, sending greetings from Barbados, warm spirits and thoughts.
See, you just say right from my head.
So that was it. That was true. That was
for once true.
For once true. Okay, I don't know what you're trying to mean by that, but I'm not. All the other stuff is nice, like it's beautiful Barbados and like the most handsome man in the world. Ah, that is so sweet. How kind of you. Alright, we are on good terms this morning, so I guess I could stay in her near area. Alright, for those of you that are not familiar where we are, because there are actually some people on here that have never been to Barbados, or will be seeing this vlog later on. And there are many, of course, that have been to Barbados but have never been here, because we tend to settle where we are when we go on vacation unless we're explorers. I know a lot of people that come here and stay on the west side of Barbados or the south side of Barbados and never seen Bashful, or never seen really anywhere else except for the road going to the airport. That's because they're so contented and so happy just to be in Barbados that they don't think they need to explore. But Barbados will become tired if you stay in one spot all the time. If you think that your nighttime partying and stuff doesn't come to an end, it does come. You do get tired of it. I would recommend that when you come here to Barbados, bring some hiking shoes and try and enjoy this beautiful, beautiful island. But again, for those of you that are not familiar with where we are at the Crane Beach, and this is in St. Philip on the eastern side of Barbados. Alright, so up in the distance there is the actual Crane area. Originally, you would have only seen low-rise buildings in this section. The restaurant has pretty much always been there. If you do have the opportunity to come up here and have gospel breakfast on Sunday, please take the early sit-in, reserve a seat in that section and watch the sun rises while you're listening and being serenaded. Some beautiful, I would have to say, Caribbean style gospel music. They usually have a trio up there performing it. Great buffet, one of the best breakfast buffets that I've been to. I've been to a lot that are good, but this is a really, really good one, especially with the ambience and the scenery that you'll experience from up there. Many, many photos have been taken from on top of this cliff. Once upon a time, this beach was rated as one of the top 6 beaches in the world. And I'll explain to you a little bit of what the beach was like at that time, because I do remember it. Remember, I am 52, so I have a little bit of memory in me. Stop that laughing. Alright, so first of all, the Crane used to come to this beach via a walkway just up there at the end of the wall that you're seeing dead center of the camera. You came down some steps and then you came back in this direction again. It was sort of like a goat track. It was nice steps originally. Or you could have come back this way to the beach, or you could have gone to the end where we like to think as being our lover's bench. That's where a lot of proposals have been made. A lot of promises, a lot of lies have been told right there at that section there. It's also very popular with the thrill seekers that are here then and now. They like to jump off of that cliff into incoming swells. Remember though that this is very, very shallow in that section there, so if you're going to jump off there, please know what you're doing or speak to local. I wouldn't even advertise jumping off of there really to do it. But if you are a thrill seeker and you are going to jump off there, you've done it in the past, please make sure you make your timing right. Do not jump in the trough between the swells or you will hit sand. I know personally a few people that broke their backs, shoulders, collarbones, legs, arms, everything out here because they have mistimed it. Although there were experienced people have mistimed it and jumped between the swell and dropped right in the trough, which is the shallowest part. So if you are going to do it, make sure you time it right, that you jump into the swell so that you're actually going into deeper water, and make sure you don't jump into the swell on around the corner slightly, or you will wash back into the cliffs. Alright, so originally, as I said about the walkways coming down, you will see in the dead center of the camera, hopefully, you will see steps that used to come down there. That is where you remember coming down when I was a little boy. That is directly in the center of the camera. You will probably make out 3 or 4 of the concrete steps there, the sides of them. That's where the original walkway was to come down to the beach. It used to come down in that general area there in the center of the camera again. After some years of the sand being eroded from here, they then did another set of steps, which is again in the center of the camera where you're seeing the lighter area there. That's where there were another set of steps that were put off, and then eventually they had to come the entire way across the cliff and put down some old rail tracks and concrete slab it so you could get down from there. However, all that area is being eaten out that was underneath those slabs, and therefore if you're going out there, please be extremely careful. I looked at it this morning. There's a lot of breaking away of the actual walkway itself that goes up there. They do have warnings up there of the dangers and stuff associated with going across the cliff. So be extremely, extremely careful, please. So imagine if you were coming down on the beach in that area there, center of camera, you would understand how much beach was here at one time. You never see underneath those cliffs there, or if you did, on very rare occasions. You see all those exposed rocks there just in the center of the screen, they would all have been covered by sand, and then you can take in and appreciate how big this beach was. Where you're seeing at the end of this beach, that groin that's been laid with the armored stones and stuff, you used to be able to walk around there on sand originally. Just beyond them there is where you would have found a lot of fishing boats. You don't find them there anymore. And you would also found a lot of sea grey bush that we used to go under, and there used to be 2 caves in the cliff itself which have been sealed up over the years as well. 2 small caves, like little car parks or something. But that whole area there where you're seeing the armored stones now, that was all beachfront originally. That's going back to when I remember it as a young boy and into my early teens. And then we saw a loss of a lot of sand up here along the east coast of the island. This beach has been one of the most heavily impacted and changed. Because like I said, this was one of the top 6 in the world. It's still beautiful, but there have been a lot of changes. So this morning I'd like to walk you through some of the changes that have happened over the years. So you will be familiar with what it used to be like and what it is like now. The only safe way down to this beach, they had another walkway that they did years after, where you see this wooden railing here as well, that used to come down from the actual restaurant. Again, a lot of problems with the safety issues and keeping that maintained, and therefore you now come down where you see that person in the blue shirt coming down. Their steps is also elevated there as well, that you can utilize to come down the beach if you have a difficulty in walking steps. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful crane, absolutely stunning. A lot of changes over the years, so we'd like to talk to you about them. I remember back in the early 2000s we had hurricane. Well, Alan was just before 2000, that was in the 90s, but we had a lot of systems, or 80s I should say, we had a lot of systems that came in around the 2000s that actually removed all the sand from up here. I've been up here and seen literally no beach up here, right up to the actual sand dunes itself, which we'll talk about in a few minutes time. So we have seen all the sand move from here. We've also seen that at Foul Bay as well, where almost all of the sand has moved from Foul Bay. It went right back up to the vegetation, but that has all changed now. Sand is starting to come back in there. The unexpected and natural phenomenons known as hurricanes that do that. We don't have to actually get hit to get impacted here in Barbados. We just have to have one that's passing deep in the south and then swings going to the north. That sends in all of the swells into the south coast and the southeast side and the east coast. We have seen out here, we as in ours, myself and others that have surfed there, we've actually taken off on rides outside of that actual peak there, the actual point. I would say maybe another 5 or 6 meters outside of that, and caught barrels outside of the cliff itself, looking at the cliff, and caught the barrels the entire way in here and right into the beach. I've seen some, I have to say, world-class waves out here at the crane, and many people have seen them as well, body surfing and bodyboarding. Please do not get taken aback by this calmness that you're seeing now up here. It's usually very rough, usually has a lot of undertows, a lot of currents. A lot of people have lost their lives out here. Quite a few of our own family members, the EMC, will tell you about experiences where they almost lost their lives out here. So although there's a lifeguard facility on the beach, you know, be careful out here, because you know you're human. People look around, maybe looking at the beach, you will get caught in the water, don't come back up for a period of time, too late to rescue you. So please do not go in the sea up here unless you are familiar with swimming in these kind of conditions, or you're with some locals that can advise you on how to swim and also keep an eye on you. Absolutely beautiful this morning. Stunning, stunning views. I remember all the Old Year's nights coming up here, or New Year's Eves. People like overseas like call me, like call it Old Year's night. The Old Year's night fests that used to happen up here at the crane, really big thing. Everybody used to come up here dressed in all their three-piece suits and all their ballroom dresses and stuff, and have a wonderful time. Those days are sort of like gone now. This was one of the main places. This here, our Marine House, were one of the main 2 locations, Marine Hotel, that a lot of people used to frequent and go to. Club Alexander's, there was another one as well. There were quite a few of them, but now you don't see as much of that as before. Mainly just discotheques and stuff open a lot. Some hotels may have as well, but not kind of Old Year's Night functions that I recall when I was younger. Alright, so Sargassum has good effects as well as bad. People do not like to see it, but Sargassum actually saves these beaches. You can see here, this entire ridge is all Sargassum under here. You can actually see the Sargassum itself that's holding all of the sand in place. So this is going to help preserve this beach against these swells that are going to be coming in. We actually came out here this morning to see the impacts and effects that we had from Tammy. I'm happy to say that I don't see any major erosion up here or any major beach loss for sure. It's absolutely beautiful. You can see all these sargassum here. If you look back in the cameras, I know there's some people that may be watching the camera at the crane right now, so good morning to you. Good wave at you all. Good morning to you. I know those people that are watching me right now possibly. Good morning to you all, the explorers themselves. I'm sure they're on here. That's a couple that I gave that name to because they're always exploring when they come here. They utilize some of our vlogs to go to places they had never known existed and also to explore a little bit more beyond them. So good morning to all of you all this morning. It's beautiful up here, absolutely beautiful. You come up here, well, we were up here in May. May is the last time we were here. So at that time there was a lot of sargassum on the upper section up there. They actually had a little like lagoon in between two mountains of sargassum that you did not realize because you walk in sargassum and go right down to knee-deep water. That is all cleared off right now. You'll see the sand is settling beautifully, especially up in that section over there, the northern section. Starting to look lovely. What a beautiful, beautiful morning. What a lovely thing it is to be able to walk out here this morning, especially with my co-star, because that means life means a lot more to me that I'm able to share this beauty with the person I truly, truly love and adore, and also with you all, who I also love and adore as well. It is a privilege to be able to come here this morning and be blessed with life and strength and the ability to come here this morning and broadcast and let you all see what it's like and let you all experience what it's like to wake up on the crane beach in Barbados. It's beautiful. A couple of those sprinkles coming over, not too concerned about them right now until they get heavier. We do have our sky water force field, so if we need, we will bring that out of our tuxedo and we will put that in the air and hoist it up. You notice there's a red flag here on the beach. This was probably from yesterday. I would imagine yesterday was a lot rougher than the day before because we saw that on the south coast. It has been getting a little camera again. We do have a little disturbance moving back in, which is projected or predicting to have some rain with it, but we're going to see how that goes. Right, so this section here of the crane is mainly controlled by the actual crane beach resort, as in the beach chairs and the beach facilities, etc. A lot of people have probably been here during the COVID time because crane was used very heavily when we had COVID, and there was an area you went into isolation until your tests came back to make sure you did not have COVID and you could enter the island freely or enter the rest of the island freely because you're already in the island. And the crane was one of those areas. If you remember, some of you may not know, but when COVID first started hit here terribly and everything was closed down airport-wise, we had everyone trying to get off the island who left. Were successful in doing so, whether it was the cruise ships or whether it was the aircraft. Barbados, I had to say, took the lead in the Caribbean for that because we opened our doors to every cruise ship that wanted to utilize Barbados as their home port to get their guests and their people back home, their crew and their guests back home. A lot of the Caribbean islands shut their ports, wouldn't let any cruise ships come in. Said there's no way you can come in, no way. So Barbados did what we like to refer to as lead the rest of the Caribbean and the world and show them how you're supposed to treat humans. I was a part of an operation of many people that were stranded and couldn't get back home. So I can tell you for sure, all stops were pulled up with the safety of course in place to make sure that those that came on cruise ships and those that were here on the island were able to get home successfully, thank God. But you will also remember, or you may not know, again we'll stress it for you, they used to have restrictions here that you were only allowed or permitted in certain facilities that had tight security. The crane, 𝗳𝗏𝗏 𝗏𝗏 was one of them as well. There were a few of them, not many of them. And then after that, they permitted you, if you had a villa that had security cameras set up, that you could be monitored and make sure you did not leave the facility, and also put a bracelet on you as well. That came later on. You were allowed to use your villa and stay there until you were all clear. It was taking tremendous periods of time, sometimes 9 and 12 days to get back the results. Coconut Court was also one of those hotels as well used. Likewise a couple others, but they're the ones that come to mind immediately. Beautiful crane. Alright, so we're going to take you a little bit in the back here. I know you've seen it before, but there's someone here that have never seen it. There's someone here that have never been on this beach. Let me explain to you a little bit about what's going on here right now. First of all, as you can see, my co-star is keeping busy getting photos to capture. You were seeing some of her beautiful posts up yesterday. Remember, you can purchase all them online if you want for yourself. We will send clean photos to the actual agency that's producing right now. You can get canvases done of them, whatever you want with them, we can get them to you. So you know to get in contact with us. It's on all of our blogs now. That is so that we can help sustain our costs to continue with the journey, which is tiring journey, but the actual trying to maintain it and make sure we get out here every day and show you beautiful scenes of Barbados. Wind coming directly into the camera now. You may hear a little bit in the microphone. Hopefully today we're not coming with the audio problem that we had. We had a little audio distortion on Saturday. Hopefully it's cleared up right now. Hopefully my phone is working well. Wind is coming right in your face. You're just beginning to feel a little bit of rays are coming from the sun. Not much though, but you can feel it in the air a little bit more. The air, I would have to say, is feeling crisp this morning. Lots of people in Barbados say that, well, I don't know, people overseas, I just had a funny look from my co-star. She says not crisp because she's familiar with the icy and cold conditions and they are associated with crisp. But in Barbados, we feel a crispness. We call it Christmas breeze. And that's what I'm feeling this morning for sure. Definitely feels beautiful. I love the fresh breeze coming in here. The sea is warm as the actual surrounding air. The sand is soft and wonderful. It is absolutely beautiful. There's no sponginess as it would have been earlier when the sand first started set on the Sargassum. It's solid sand masses. It's really, really beautiful. Crisp and cold mean different things to different people. When I say cold, the first thing is she starts to panic. She says, I think on the Barbados you feel cold. I say, well, no, it doesn't like that kind of cold. Not cold that you would experience back home, but cold to us in Barbados. Christmas Day, you'll see people walk out in a sweater. And whether it's warm or cold, you'll still get walk out in a sweater because we say Christmas is always cold. If you've never spent a Christmas in Barbados, I highly recommend that you do that. Barbados is a very religious island. We have many, many different religious denominations in the island itself. We also like to be very serene and loving and caring, especially at Christmas time. Christmas seems to bring out something that is extra special in human beings, most of the time I would say. So hopefully if you get the chance, the opportunity to come down here and experience it, come and enjoy the very relaxed and laid back and quieter Christmas here. Not the hustle and bustle of Bridgetown, because Bridgetown in some places will get very busy coming up to Christmas and busy as it gets closer to the day itself. But in general, the island is very calm and relaxed. Have a look at this. Is that not just stunning? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful conditions. Right, so we're going to walk through back a little bit. You'll see all these signs out here. This looks sort of like a cruise ship. Turns. We also have limitations on how long you can leave your towels on chairs. You cannot come in here and towel out in the morning and then leave and go on the island tour and come back and find your chair with your towel on it. Your personal belongings will be taken into this section. As you can see here, they say 30-minute period only. So don't come out here and play you want to run out at sunrise and get the vantage point and put down your towel and then go back in and spend the morning in your room or on the island tours, etc. Or go shopping and come back, because it will be removed, because we don't permit that here. This beach for sure. Very much like what the cruise industry brought in years ago. There's some beach rules just telling you about the garbage cans that are provided and stuff. You can always freeze frame this, come back and read it if you so desire, but we like to highlight this is a beach here, as you can see, that is run effectively and making sure that no one comes here and takes advantage of beauty or hoards the beauty for themselves. Alright, this back section here, I haven't actually been in here when it's all lit with all of the torches and stuff. I can imagine how breathtaking up in here must be. I know quite a few of our family are going to be on here this morning. Maybe they can let you know how amazing up here is. But we want to show you the surroundings of down in this section. Beautiful. This is where they would have their barbecues and any of their beach activity things. I'm not sure they may serve lunches here as well, I would imagine, because they do have umbrellas and all the chairs and stuff on the benches. Make sure you're cool and comfortable. Lots and lots of chairs all stacked there for the beach facility. And over in the other section is the maintenance. We're not take you through that section there. The gates usually closed with bamboos that have been cut and made into a fence, make it look very natural. You will see some over on the right hand side of the screen. As you can appreciate, we're just coming out of slow period. This is the slow period for Barbados. September is the slowest month on record for visitor arrivals in the island, and therefore a lot of the accommodations around the island will either close or carry out major repairs during that time, September and October, getting ready for the peak winter season that's coming up. Winter for you, but for us it's just called our high season. Again, you can see the beautiful bamboos that have been tied together into that fence, making it all beautiful and natural. This morning they do have out their Sargassum boom. There are some of the extra sections of the Sargassum boom. We will show you a little bit more in a few minutes when we go back on the beach, explain to you what that is supposed to do and how effective it is, etc. So down in here on a night now will transform. Even during the day itself, when you have guests down here itself, it will be absolutely lovely to have a bar, restaurant down here, and all the restrooms down here as well. And as I said, there is an elevator that you can get from the upper elevation down to the beach, so it shouldn't be too difficult. I guess the most difficult part will be if you are wheelchair bound. I will be getting your wheelchair from where the elevator ends to this section here across the sand. But I'm sure if you come down the beach, you would have the right type of wheels on that would be able to make that a little bit easier for you. It's absolutely beautiful down in here. Oh, cheese on breads. Yes, I saw that message. You know, nothing froze here. Let me see that message on your phone again. Show me, Nicholas. Show me, Nicholas. Let me see, Nicholas. Show me, Nicholas. Well, okay. All right, so as we always like to please everyone, good morning. And I'm going to put myself next to the person that just told me that all those messages were coming out to make sure.
Nothing.
You didn't say anything?
I didn't say
So you didn't show me messages there saying, please let me see Nick. Nothing like that? Nothing like that came across your screen?
Nothing.
Well, her screen doesn't work right, that's all. My screen was saying it, so therefore I'm going to be showing you
no
me.
messages on your screen.
There are no messages on my
None.
screen?
Zero.
You don't see that person there saying, Nicholas, please talk to me?
There's
Please show me?
nothing.
Oh, yes, see, that person said, don't put your finger in front of the screen, you're blocking your beautiful face. All right, I promise not to do it anymore. I'll try my absolute best. So beautiful area. So I actually would like to come down in here one of these nights. Hopefully, the establishments around the island will realize how far-reaching the EMC is in our family, and we'll start opening up invitations to come and enjoy some of their special festivities so that we can broadcast them and show them around the globe so that people will understand what they have to offer. You would have seen quite a few people have been doing that in the past, recent past especially. Good morning to my brother for life, DJ Scotty, who gave me the privilege of going to his ultimate garden dance and broadcasting for her life, and others who have opened their doors for us at our mobile offices and also have asked for us please to return to different attractions around the island. We'll be going back to some that you've not seen for a little while. We have been getting calls saying, all right, it's time you came back and shared some of our beauty with everyone around. Hopefully others will get on board with that as well. Remember, this is not a business. This is strictly a journey to bring the beautiful peace and love and the serenity that we experience here in Barbados. So hopefully you will also understand that this is here awaiting you in case you do not already know that. If you found the magic in Barbados, I am preaching to the converted already. You know why you're returning year after year, multiple times per year. So all the facilities down here, washrooms just over there, as you can see, restrooms, a lovely thatched rooftop, keeping it nice and original style for down the bottom. Again, bamboos once more utilized again for fencing, coconut thatches all over there as well, all making the outside section of what I would assume is probably a 40-foot container, which would be your bar and restaurant area. And then you have all of this lovely seating out here. Absolutely beautiful. The nice thing about this facility right here is it's behind, I would say, maybe a 16 foot natural sand dune that's just over there. So in this section, you're not wind blown as you would be if you were on the other side of the sand dune. Remember, up here is very, very windy. It faces the east. That's where majority of our wind comes from, whether it be southeast or northeast. It comes from the general east, and therefore lots of winds will be up here. But as you can see, down here is completely sheltered, not only by the sand, but also by the lovely dense foliage that's right around as well. Beautiful, lush greenery. Absolutely. Alright, so I've been talking all the time, and I know there's nothing more amazing than hearing my baritone, smooth, romantic, and warm in voice.
You said
But
you weren't going to talk a lot today.
well, I'm not talking a lot today. You think I'm talking a lot today? Hold on a minute. Let me get this back here though, because you got to see it special. You said I was not to talk a lot today. Am I talking? Am I talking a lot?
You haven't stopped talking.
Oh, well, that's because people are here. People want to hear my voice. People are saying here, look at it here, look. You have such an amazing voice.
He said he couldn't hear you anymore.
Ray Cope can't hear me anymore?
He don't want to hear you.
That happens with age though, Ray. Don't worry about that. It's something called a hearing aid that you can get when you come down to Barbados. I can introduce you. Barbados is so advanced that we have things that other people in the world cannot get. So if you come to Barbados, I'll introduce you to our hearing aid specialist, Ray. Alright, so before I was so crudely interrupted, I did promise to share with you a circle of love for down here, so you can hear the birds, you can hear the light winds and stuff down here, and you can also take in this beautiful scenery. So here we go. Stop! Nikita, if you're on board, you will know what she just did to me because it's something you have been encouraging. She just tried to annoy me when I was doing my circle of love so I would speak. So Nikita, and see how she ran over there to make it look as though she was not around me. But you all have to believe me, I'm telling the truth. She came over and pinched me, etc. Nikita, you know what she did. Yeah, I am telling the truth, right? You agree with that? Okay. Alright, so rather than go back out the same place we were before, we're going to go a little further on. We are going to take you down this section because I would like to show you what has happened up here with the sand mounds. I remember being up here as a young guy, teen as well, going up on 20-foot sand mounds, 18, 20-foot sand mounds that are all along the line in this beach here, and then running down or flipping down or doing all kind of acrobatics and stuff. I'm sure you remember it if you were remember the crane in the days gone by. You will remember all of those natural sand dunes. I do not want to say where the sand has gone because I am not too sure, but I do know that the sand dunes have been taken down in certain areas, or the sand has been moved to other locations. I don't really know where it's gone. All I can say is that the sand dunes have disappeared, or a lot of the sand dunes, because all this area here was tall or taller than what we were looking at just now when we were in the buffet area where they would have their buffet, I guess, or beach lunches or dinners. You will remember we used to come down the back here as younger kids and run up a serious incline here to sand dunes. So you will see that a lot of the sand has gone. Like this area, for example, all the sand here is gone. And this was a massive, massive sand dune at one time. So I am not too sure what happened. We did talk about hurricanes coming up here. I did tell you how the sand had moved from in front. I did tell you about how you were only seeing sometimes reef and slabs of rocks on the front beach where it's beach now. So I don't know if the sand was spread back down to maybe create a beach or what was done. But all I can say is sand has been moved from here, and it has not been moved from natural or for natural reasons. It has been moved and been assisted in the move for sure. This was all a massive sand dune that you run up and run down. This is beautiful though, I must say. The work that the crane had done down here on this beach has made this beach come alive. Although it was a beautiful beach all along, we used to climb on the cliffs behind from up the canyons, which are located on the cliff section itself. I climbed down the rock face when I was a lot younger. Not that I am old now, but I was a lot younger then. Beautiful, absolutely stunning, stunning views. Right, another thing you would not have seen, you would have only seen 2 stories high just behind the crane, behind the restaurant area there, the original structures up here at the crane. However, you will now see all of these enhancements and modifications as they have built this facility larger and larger. They've just finished another block which we would have seen the other day from Foul Bay that we would have talked about, but this is where it all started and it's expanded from here. It is massive, the crane resort, massive. The facilities up here and accommodations, incredible. Everything you could want, wading pools, big swimming pools, jacuzzis, everything. Absolutely beautiful. I have heard no negatives about the crane at all in all of the time that I've ever been covering or ever been up here, which is a lot. That I've been in tourism all of my life. From the time I was 16, I've been in tourism. So I don't have my calculator with me right now, so I don't want to start calculating if you tell me that I'm wrong or anything like that. So I'll leave that right where it is. The crane gained its name from a crane that was located just in that general area on the top of the cliff. They used to hoist supplies from the cargo ships and stuff. Some of the cargo ships used to come in this area in those days, remember, sail ships and stuff. Again, the beach would have been completely different, but there was a crane that used to bring up or send down supplies in that general area, hence the name, the Crane Beach Resort. See, everyone's beginning to come out this morning and start taking this beautiful beach and enjoy the pleasures of walking on it for sure. What a beautiful, beautiful morning it is. Absolutely breathtaking. Welcome to beautiful Barbados, and thank you for joining us this morning. Right, we're going to continue to walk on further. There's some independent beach share operators up here as well, operating this general area. I saw the gentleman this morning, but I'd asked him to talk. The first thing he said he was not a very talkative person. Well, I had to tell him, neither am I. And then he said that he was in a rush back home to get ready to come back up. He just came to lay out his chairs this morning. So good morning to you. I can't remember your name. I actually don't think we exchanged names. You did say you followed our YouTube broadcast and vlogcast of 𝐷𝐞𝐦𝐞𝐦, etc. So I know if you're going to be following hopefully this morning, because you would know we're here this morning, hopefully you will know that I was trying to remember your name, but I have not been successful in doing so. Again, I want to show you again what Sargassum is doing here. see it's holding all the sand in place. It's actually turning it into like a mesh, almost like a mesh now, and keeping the sand in place. All along here, all these ridges with sargassum under them. And if they were not here, well, the sand would most definitely not be holding this well for sure. It's meshing it in and holding it in. Just beautiful, absolutely beautiful island. So again, same sand dunes that we talked about. You could see how high this vegetation is here, just behind the section. That is how it used to be, actually not as high, the sand as high as the bush itself, but you can see the green foliage, and then it goes into the brown foliage. That's where the sand would have been originally, and that would have run this entire length of beach along here. You can see it go back there again, so you can see where it's come down in multiple areas. Obviously that is not natural happenings, because if not, all of it would have been depleted from here. Alright, so what you're seeing here, this little pathway that goes up, it would have been a little bit taller than that, because none of those roots would have been showing there at all. So it would have been taller than that for sure in that area. So I'd say maybe 18 feet. 18 feet would be the height of that at one time, right across this entire area. The crane was the only real access to down here after the beach went, because you couldn't come down from the northern side. See something here more. Windy. Oh, so Deborah, you are hearing it's windy. Okay, well, I'm so sorry about that. I hope the microphone is working. Hope you all can hear me, because my voice is so amazing. I would like to share it with everyone. Yes, it is a little bit windy here. But this microphone really should be handling it, so long as it's working. Sometimes I've had it plugged in and then realised it wasn't working, so hopefully that's the case this morning. Going back to what we were saying before, after the beach first moved from here, get down to this beach, you had to come through the crane resort. You could not have come down this section over here, because there's a sheer drop off of just the rock face and stuff that was surviving the impact of the waves, etc. However, they then had a very small track that they had coming down here, and then as the crane had developed onward, I don't know if they're responsible for the steps or who's responsible for the steps, so I just give kudos to whoever was responsible for the steps. I've created great concrete steps that work their way down here onto the beach. So you now can come to the road that is to the north of the Crane Beach Resort, park in that general area. Remember, it is a road that's going to be travelled quite often. Please do not park your car in it in a way that other vehicles cannot pass, because there's no way out or no way in if you go and indiscriminately park in that area. We have been here earlier this year. You can put in Crane Beach, Crane Beach, Crane Resort, in your search in YouTube, and see the changes that we have witnessed up here on these beaches over the years. It has been drastic changes, beach-wise, also ocean-wise, also vegetation-wise. So you can go through it. Although we've only been vlogging for 3 years, you can see different conditions have been affecting everything. We've had days of where the sea was coming right up onto these steps where you could not have passed there. I want to show you these folks enjoying themselves in the morning, having a peaceful and lovely walk. How beautiful. Is this not lovely? Look how the beach is coming alive. Hopefully everyone that's here on this beach will come out tomorrow morning at 5:30 and witness the day come from the pre-dawn into the actual sunrise itself. I mean, this is absolutely stunning views. As you walk further back along the beach here towards the north, you will see the cranes development begin to come more and more into vision. You can now see how big this place is. Morning. Absolutely stunning conditions. This is beautiful. A lot of people going in to see and stuff, some with bodyboards, some just skylarking the actual shore break. Hopefully they're aware of what happens back here. Right now, as I said before, is manageable. You can see some folks outside there swimming quite comfortably. So this is one morning that you could probably count the crane. Alright, so you're seeing some things in the water there, like shadows, little shadows, lines of shadows, like a cresting wave. That is actually the Sargassum boom. The crane has suffered terribly over the last years, likewise a lot of other places, but the crane, as we're here, we mentioned, over the last few years, this beach would have been around, anytime from around, I'd say, end of March, April, May, right through until October, would have been packed with sargassum. We're talking dense, thick sargassum walls all along the beach area here. This year, not like that. So the boom is actually supposed to stop the sargassum from coming into the beach, and it flows along with the currents, along the boom, and makes its way towards the south of the island, or the southeast of the island, towards Foul Bay, etc. However, that does not really work, or is not effective when it is really dense. We've seen that over the years as well. It gets so bad that they don't even put out the boom on some occasions, because it just can't stop anything. but that is supposed to move lighter sargassum away from this area, which as right now, I don't know if that's contributing to it, because we don't see a lot of sargassum really on the east coast or any other island or any other beaches right now around the coastline. What a beautiful way. I'm going to give you another 360 from here. Do not pinch me, do not prod me, do not jerk me. Okay, so here, wait a minute though. Look at our smile. See how wicked she is? You can see from our smile that she's intending to do something. So if we break our silence on our circle of love, you will understand why. So here we go. Don't do it. Don't do it. I waste my breath. Oh boy. If only I can reverse the camera, let me see what you just did to me. Oh, you're such a good liar. Ow! Nikita, talk to her, please. Alright, so I didn't give you the full 360 circle of love, and that's because I was being interfered with.
What?
What?
Are you afraid of me?
Am I afraid of you?
Yeah.
No,
I
I'm
didn't
sorry.
even do anything. All I did was step close.
Oh, really? That's all you did? So you
open up your mouth
would have
and
to
start
say that
talking.
with that huge smile on your face because you can't keep a straight face
At
saying
first I did, but then since you started talking, I figured I might as well do it anyway.
it. So you did it. So you just said you did not do
the
it.
first time.
Well, not the first time, but the second time you did it. And you
Yeah.
made up for the first time by doing it extra hard.
I always try to do it extra hard.
Look at that though. Jeez, oh, it's nice when you can capture someone telling lies on the film
Like
and
you
laughing.
need an excuse to talk.
Yeah, no, okay, excuse to talk. But let's come around this way. Get an excuse to talk. Hold on a minute. Alright, so we would like to take you walking up here, but as soon as you start to go halfway up here around this walking area, the signal goes down to 107, 109, 110, which is going to be very, very specky. So hopefully that has not been the case so far this morning. However, there is another beach which we like to call the Crane Beach number 2. That's to the north of where we are. That's the one where you find the cave, walk through to 𝗪𝗏 or Ginger Bay. We have a video up there as well. I think it's under Ginger Bay. You will find that up there where we've actually done a 4K for as you walk through the cave because the live signal completely goes. There are sections on the other beach where we can get live signal, but not the entire length of it. We may take you there one of these days just to have a look at that. We have quite a few times and we've put up vlogs up there before, so you can always have a look at it if you would like. We'll take you up there one of these days and hopefully be able to get a little bit of live signal. And if we can't walk the whole beach, we'll show you some of it so you can get an understanding of what over there is like. It's beautiful up here, absolutely beautiful in Barbados. So I want to thank you all first of all for all the support, as in moral support and spiritual support and kindness that some of you have expressed when we've seen you and met you, for all of the encouragement and the inspiration to continue along this journey, to no matter what happens every day get up saying we're going to do the journey because it's bringing healing to us and hopefully will bring healing to others. For all of you that have come on here, that have found some peace and serenity and have found growth in your life since you've been coming on. To all of you that come on here that have been able to take what you're finding here on a morning and share it with your friends and family by your own attitude and your own personality and your own experiences that you are giving them on a day. Thank you for being a part of our EMC-Gatherings family. For all of you that walk on a journey that have been with us from the very beginning, i.e. I remember the very first person that officially came on who was our driver, our crazy driver. She was the first person really. I used to call her the commander because she used to search for people online on Facebook to get them to come on and watch your videos and see what it was all about. Thank you to her. Thank you then to our conductor who came on board that said, let's not just make it an island tour, let's turn it into a mystery island tour. Let's have a mystery bus. And we started to do the mystery tour. Then we had our head cheerleader that came on, Cheryl, who came and joined us, and she said she would take care of all of the relations backward and forward online. They became so heavy, she then recruited some people called the care team that came in, that started to come on every morning to make sure that the interchange of love and care and kindness flowed continuously. And then we were joined by the Spice Girls, who then graduated. Some of the Spice Girls were the original care team as well. And now we just walk with everyone. We used to say that we had ambassadors for EMC. Each and every one of you are the ambassador for EMC, because if you don't carry it to your friends, there's no way of them knowing. If you don't live the kind of life that we are suggesting, or that you probably know that you should, then you are not helping. You need to be a shining model for the EMC. You need to be walking around. People say, wow, that person is so nice to be around. That person is so kind. I enjoy talking to them. They help me whenever. You know, that is what we want. We want people to be leaders. We want people to be transpondents of our EMC ripple of love. We want to make sure that the world feels us every day, not just me, because this is not something that is designed for me. This is something that's designed for the world. I am just the person that's been asked to come and bring you all to these type of places. It is now up to you to make it great for everyone that comes on, and also great for yourself. Remember, everything starts with you. You have to love yourself, you have to forgive yourself, you have to care for yourself, you have to be accepting of who you are, not who someone may want you to be. That is not true living. You will find you will lose a lot of people that you used to call friends when you become yourself. But you will find that those that stick around you are truly your friends and not acquaintances. Big difference, friend and acquaintances. You can love everyone, but you want to be around those that influence your life and your day. That will be the positive way of. So to each and every one of you all, thank you again for being here. We only have 126 right now, but we know that there are hundreds of you doing this over the next few hours. We want to bring the peace and love for the latest for you. This is what we do every morning that we're supposed to do. No matter what the weather conditions are, we come out. If it needs to be cut short because it's a little bit dangerous, well, that's what we will do. But we certainly come out every morning that we're supposed to bring you love, joy, peace, and happiness. Tomorrow morning, we'll be doing another sunrise. We're doing something a little different tomorrow morning because we have a great low tide coming in. Not an ultimate low tide, but a great low tide. So we have a plan for something, but like in life, all plans have to change if necessary. So you have to be willing to adapt to the situation, but just keep your serenity and all should be fine. So until tomorrow morning at sunrise, myself, of course, 𝐷𝗟𝗃, the most handsome, the most amazing Olympian, and the most finely tuned and shaped human in this world, and from my adorable and happy and woman that can actually live and somehow deal with me, which I'm not too sure how she does it. We wish you all farewell for now.
For that too.
You got a medal for that?
I do.
You gave yourself a medal?
I do.
I don't remember giving you a medal.
You don't need to give it.
So,
They will give it.
They'll give
I'm
you
gonna say no. Actually, Tracy said I need to keep it your chest. That's a full-time job.
I thought when we were saying goodbye, we were saying goodbye. Yeah, I want to say goodbye. Thank you.
You should
Let me give her the full screen. Hold a second for me.
No, I don't need it.
Yeah, you don't need it. Okay, so from my amazing co-star who has entered my life and given me a new respring at going at this again. I hadn't lost it, but she certainly revitalized my life in many, many ways. You know, it's great and loving and fine when you have people around you that support you and are kind to you and stuff. But when your heart's full of love, you're able to bring love more and share love more. That's how I feel right now. So from... They can't hear me? Who said they can't hear me?
Wind is making...
Oh, that's Nicole. Oh, Nicole is crying because she can't hear me. She has sniffling and crying tears here because she said it's difficult to hear me. Okay, so I don't know, the microphone may not be working right. I guess you have to conclude from that. Anyhow, from us to you, if you have not heard everything before, we send our love to you via the EMC Ripple of Love. Hope you all have a great day. Remember to carry your peace and happiness and joy with you. Share it with the others around you that may not be privileged to do that. Remember, there's some people today not waking up and eating. There's some people waking up today eating dust because there are bombs dropping around them. Please pray for them. Just pray for the world in general. Try and spread your love. We do whatever we can do. 𝗟𝗃 tells us that. Let us share our love. Let us extend that love and positiveness to everyone we come in contact with, and then we have done what we've been asked to do. Have a blessed day for everyone. See you all later.